How's everybody doing? We're Savanna, Chestnut, and the Field Hands. We're gonna play some classic country for you guys tonight. We're gonna play a lot of original music as well, and I hope you like what you hear. I'm originally from Americus, Kansas. I started playing music when I was about 12 or 13 locally, but I guess it really began when I was maybe first or second grade singing karaoke in my grandparents' bar. My grandpa was kind of a local legend, so they named the bar after him. My mom helped out there a lot when she was raising us. She was single, so we spent a lot of time with her at the bar because we had to. And started doing karaoke nights there just kind of for fun because I always loved to sing. It's always been kind of what I lean on when things get hard, or it's such a big part of my life no matter what's going on. I decided that I wanted to be a singer when I was about maybe 6, and I just never changed my mind. Music for me is like, it's everything. It's what heals you, it's what comforts you, it's what makes a bad day better. It's also just everything fun. You know, music's in the background of all of our greatest moments in life, I think. So what I hope my music does for other people is that it's just something that they can resonate with, that kind of tells their story as well as mine, and kind of brings us all together and connects us. I moved to Nashville when I was about 18 or 19 and started spending time around some really established songwriters that were really good, and that kind of showed me in which ways I needed to step it up. Went out there pretty bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, really excited, and it was an exciting experience. And most importantly, I learned to start writing what's true to me and not worry about the type of music you hear on the radio. You have to just write what you know and what you feel. I did meet a lot of people, and I learned a lot about the music business really quickly because I knew nothing when I got there. You know, you can't really prepare yourself for how hard it really is. And the adjustment from such a small town to such a big city was kind of wild for me. So, you know, I'd say I was pretty over it after about 2 years. But eventually a little record label in Kansas City offered me a deal. So I came back to Kansas to work more closely with them. And even though that eventually fell through, I developed a band from there and started playing a lot more often than I did when I lived in Nashville. I got to do some pretty cool shows. I've opened for people like Tanya Tucker. We've done Gary Allen recently, Eli Young Band a couple of times. There's several other acts as well that I've looked up to that I've got to perform and share a stage with. I was on The Voice on season 20. It was unexpected. I never thought I'd end up on a show like that. I actually consider myself more of a songwriter than a vocalist, and since that show's all about The Voice, then I just kind of didn't think I had what it took to be on it. It's definitely more a reality TV show than it is about, you know, just the music. It was overall a really positive experience, kind of a once-in-a-lifetime deal, and it's definitely helped open the door to some bigger and better shows that maybe weren't giving me the time of day before now. People do tell you, oh, you have to go to Nashville, or maybe you have to go to LA. But it's not true anymore, I don't think, especially having gone to Nashville myself and kind of experienced that. The internet's really kind of changed everything, and that does not exclude the music industry. A lot of the bigger artists that have come up in the last few years have gotten popular off of TikTok. You can share your music in a lot of other ways and spread it across the world and have fans all over the place without having to move to a big city. I think the myth used to be that labels would find you in some tiny bar in Nashville singing and sign you to the label. I like to call it the magic record label fairy, because that's everybody's idea, right? They're gonna meet the right person one day, and they're gonna sign them to a label or some manager, and they're gonna make them huge and put them on tour with some big act like George Strait or something. I don't think that's really the way it works anymore. Maybe once upon a time it did, but in my adult life, that's not really been the way it's worked. So it's important to kind of adjust to the new ways of things. There's quite a music scene in the Midwest, and venues actually pay a lot better out here than they ever paid in Nashville, so I'm happy to be here. I find that most small Nebraska bars are pretty excited to have you. You know, they're a lot more appreciative than some of those big city venues that get artists all the time. It's really important to me to release music. I like to have something that I can leave behind for, you know, my grandkids and their grandkids, and, you know, even if I never get bigger than I am right now, my music gets to live on. So having the recordings to put out there is a really big deal to me. You know, my songs are very personal to me, and I like to share my stories. I am going to be releasing an album in May, so I decided to drop one on my birthday this year, May 2nd, which has been kind of a while in the making. I hope that they kind of resonate with some people, and I've been told on occasion that they have, so I like to be able to have that out there for them to listen to whenever they need it. At the end of the day, it's all just about sharing my music with them and kind of being able to connect with people through that.